Welcome to the Sellernomics podcast. In today's episode, we'll be featuring one of the many great tools and software available to Amazon sellers to help you grow your FBA business. A special thank you to our sponsor, Getida, the global leader in FBA auditing and reimbursements. Get $400 in free FBA reimbursements at Getida.com/Sellernomics. Now it's time to show us what you got with your hosts, Rob Stanley and Lisa Kinski.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of Sellernomics. Show us what you've got. My name is Lisa Kinski. I'm joined by my co-host, Rob Stanley, and we have a repeat guest with us here today, a very familiar face in the industry. When we had him on last time, he was on this big like podcast campaign. You couldn't scroll through LinkedIn more than like 2 scrolls and not see his name and face. So I'm excited to see that they've made some improvements to the tool. Maybe not improvements, advancements would be the better term.
For sure.
Advancements. So we've got Max Sinclair with Ecomtent.ai on with us, and we're going to be talking about just that, advancements in generative AI with their tool. So let's bring them on. Max, how are you?
Good. Thanks for noticing my LinkedIn campaign. It wasn't really a purposeful campaign. It was more of a kind of a natural thing. But yeah, we're back. I'm back on the promoting circuit now with Ecomtent 2.0, as we're calling it. So
nice.
Very excited to be back.
Max, I got to tell you, ever since I added you to my presentation, I get so many people asking about Ecomtent and how it works and everything. And we had that video. I always point them to the video we did and everything. So I'm super glad to have you back on, because there's a lot of people very interested in kind of what's changed since the 1.0 to 2.0. And a lot of demand out there. So, and people, you got to watch this, watch it a couple of times. This tool is absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see the new improvements or changes you guys have made.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the big headlines is, we had 2 more hires full time, had a bunch of prompt, which Lisa met, Hang Tang and Zach. We've had a bunch of prompt engineers join part time, like probably around 10. We got investment from eBay Ventures, so we've got a bit of funding behind us now as well. So we've been very busy, and very excited. It's been maybe 6 months, 9 months since we last did this. So lots.
Yeah, it's been a while. And if you guys didn't see the first episode, please be sure to head back in the archives so you can see the difference between what they had now and what they have today. I haven't even seen the advancements, but I'm excited. I think last time we made like a cowboy Santa Claus or something. Like, we had quite a bit of fun with it. So Max, I mean, honestly, we're here for you. So without further ado, show us what you've got.
Cool. So this is a new Ecomtent interface, and I guess what we've learned, we've really been live since the start of basically Gen AI. Like, we launched pre-Chat GPT. We kind of started building this 2 weeks after the first public release of a Gen AI model was launched, and we've kind of really learned now what the value is for customers, and that's kind of speed and scale, right? People want to generate content, they want to do it quickly, they want to do it across large catalogs, and that's really where AI is useful and practical. And that's kind of what we focused on delivering for people in this latest version. So it starts with kind of integrating your Amazon store. We have eBay, Walmart, Fair, Etsy coming soon, but right now we're really focused on getting Amazon very right, and these guys will follow. Once you've connected your Amazon store, you will see all of your product listings populate as follows. So everything will be down here. And then you can either kind of generate on a mass scale, or you can kind of click on the individual product listing. And this is going to bring this page. And the first thing we've done is we've added kind of the keyword improvement generation. So if you click, you could add in your own keywords. I know a lot of customers spend a lot of time doing keyword research, and this was a big request. And so we added that in so people could put their own keywords for the generation. Otherwise, we have similar kind of proprietary, APIs and technologies as the likes of Helium 10s or anyone else. And you're going to generate, optimized, Amazon listings, keyword rich, et cetera, good formats, titles, the rest of it. But what we're really known for is obviously the image content. So there's a couple of things new here. The first is the ability to generate infographics. So customers can either, they can generate infographics in our templates. They can, create and upload their own templates. But my screen is just gone. Hopefully in a second, you're going to see here, an infographic generated.
Wow.
This is then, it's a bit like Canva, so you can kind of adjust and upload your own kind of content here. But we've got a bunch of templates here. The big request that we are working on is having this one-click generation, but for the A+, which is coming in a few months or so. And then, of course, using these templates and then pulling that in here and generating all of this, but in that one-click format. So that's kind of on the horizon soon. And then, we've still got the kind of lifestyle images, a thing that maybe we're most famous for in the industry. So we're now patent pending, actually. I think a big update since the last one is we've started to introduce auto prompting. So you never know quite what you're going to get with the AI image generation, but I hope it's a nice one. But basically, what happens now is that we in the back end will.
That's pretty good. Come on,
it's
looks
okay.
really good.
Thank you. I'll try another one. But they, you basically can we work out what the product is. We auto prompt on the back of it. I'll show you a different example, maybe with a cabinet. Like you'll see, it's a totally different scenario that we create based on what the AI thinks the best prompt is. But then we still have, the old use case ability of kind of just adding in your own prompt, typing whatever else you want to do there. So you'll see, for example, if we go in a dresser, very different type of product. If we go to add visual content and we kind of go generate background, we're going to generate an optimal. We're going to create an optimal prompt for that product. And I think the key thing to note is that I do think that customers who really understand AI will may be able to get a better prompt out of it than what we have. But
Lisa, come on, that is. You got to stop for a second, Max. That is awesome.
That is really good. I'm gonna blow that.
I mean, even the one with the bottle that sitting there with a lady in the background. I mean, this look at it, even put stuff on top of it. Yeah, that's crazy good.
So yeah, it's really refocused. We've refocused it on having that speed and scale for customers, right? So you can basically just manage all this stuff. If you're selling a big catalog, you can get stuff done to a good quality. And then, if you want to come in and do your own prompting, like the old tool, we still have all of those capabilities in Ecomtent. But that's kind of the whistle-stop tour of what's changed since we spoke 9 months ago.
Max, tell us a little bit more about you had it where it could basically generate I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it, where it had the different features. You could kind of show each of the features. And then you were saying how it has kind of like a Canva-like. I love how on that you're basically getting it 80 to 90% of the way there. And then somebody could kind of tweak it a little bit to be very specific to what they need. Maybe there's a certain, way they want it to look, or they want to adjust it slightly with some of the wording at the top. But I love how, it gets you pretty close.
It gets you pretty close. And especially with our customers who will upload their own branding. So these are just random, they're templates that we've created, but, you put in your own branding. Another important point is that you can do, you can then translate into your different languages to publish across your different platforms, right? So I've just generated this infographic here in French, for example. So, again, this,
wow,
it all works like Canva. So you can change, you can design your own backgrounds, or you can add in, you can upload elements. You can, I don't think
that's excellent.
If we delete this stuff.
Let me ask something, Max. When it comes to both something like this or even like a main image type thing, have you guys built anything in the background as far as kind of following terms of service? Like with the main image, it needs to be a white background, right? So if we're So how does that work, or how have you built that in?
So this is another, I think, advantage of using something like us versus a ChatGPT or a Canva, is that we totally have built that in. Thanks for prompting me. So we've got all the excluded keywords that you don't want to come up in a generation, mainly in text, but obviously also in the visuals. And I guess, with products like these in this category, you have to be very careful with your claims, right, about health claims, and also different countries are different different regulations. Like health, like in Canada, it's a little bit more strict, I think, than the US. So we've built all of that in to ensure that you're not going to get flagged, which it sounded like Amazon themselves didn't build in when they were doing their own AI bullet point updates. But that's all here. Yeah.
Wow, that's really good. And then generating those backgrounds, I mean, you definitely, it's come a long way, because that background, it's absolutely incredible. Like with the dresser we were showing, I mean, that was spot on. Like it would take somebody a while to actually put that together and take a good picture of it, so that's wow, incredible.
For sure. And I immediately thought, with the dresser image, that is a shoppable pin right there. I would be scrolling across that on Pinterest, click buy, and then order it on Amazon. I mean, there's so much usability with what you're creating here. It's really amazing.
I mean, I know Rob is a big fan of Pinterest. I think a Pinterest integration is something we have on our longer term, maybe I'll say like 9 month, to a year roadmap kind of thing. I think that will be super helpful. I mean, we're like not directly working on it now because we're focused on A+ and a few other pieces, but like Amazon Post is something that's going to be coming soon as well. I'd say maybe 4 months away, something like this. So we're working a lot of features, and we're getting a lot of great feedback from customers every day. So we get like a lot of requests that were coming in, and like it's really helpful to kind of like help to guide what we're doing, and just hearing how people are using it and seeing what they want in addition.
So Max, maybe if you could show us another example with this one where you specifically tell it kind of what you want in the background, because let's say somebody's selling like a hair dye or something, right? And it's you're taking it from blonde to brunette or something like that, right? So maybe in the background, instead of auto generating and it generates somebody who's blonde or brunette or something like that. Can you
I'm gonna have to auto generate it first. So we've now tried to we put in the auto generation first, just because we wanted customers to see what was possible before they started doing it, and because we often got people putting in prompts which were not, let's say, not optimal, and then saying, hey, this is
so working. here's a good example right here, Max. Like it's got a second product next to it. Now if that's not your product, or you wanted to remove, let's say, that second product next to it, is that possible?
So if you remember, in our old tool, we have an editor where you have the little rubber where you can remove stuff. So we're bringing that in, and that will be in there soon. It's not right now, but we've already built that technology.
Got it.
But in terms of doing the old way with the old prompt, you can you can still do that. I don't know what you want to see a blonde woman, I think you were mentioning. So you could say,
sure. Blonde woman in a retail store shopping for, or maybe throw it on a counter again. Let's see if we can kind of duplicate sort of what we had, but let's just change it to like a blonde lady or something, just because I want people to see what you could do writing your own one in, if they want to either change something or they want to try their own.
Product on I don't know.
There you go. That's fine.
Oh,
whoops.
I did the wrong thing in.
Because I mean, there's so many features to this, and there's a lot you could do with it. I want to give a little bit more for everybody.
No, fair enough. The live image demos always make me slightly nervous because I have no idea what's going to come. But it's definitely possible, and we're about to integrate a new base model into this. So we we'll be honest, like we're not quite at the level of a Midjourney at the moment, but there's just been a new open source model which claims to be from like the research as good as Midjourney. which we're going to be integrating. So that's a few weeks away. So maybe
Nice.
like I'm very
So Max,
excited about that.
using this example you just gave us, so whatever the heck that is in the middle by her arm, you will have a tool that will be able to remove something like that, right? And just
Exactly.
fill it in.
We'll have a little rubber. Exactly. So we actually still all the old tools, which include the eraser and the regenerator. I can show you here. I'll just switch to that now. So if I just save this, download it. So all this is the old tool that we showed you, right? So here, we have the ability to kind of, this is still all available for people. You can say like, I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe I'll try this one. So we have the clean and we have the regenerate. So you can either like clean stuff in the sorry, where's that image gone? Oh gosh.
Oh, there you go.
So either I'm really not. I'm on a laptop, so I'm not doing this very well. But you can either clean items.
Putting Max on the spot here. So.
Yeah. If the clean doesn't work, you can also regenerate an arm or whatever else. So we still have all of that stuff, all of this stuff live and available in our old tool, which people obviously still have access to, and it's just a case of kind of moving some of the stuff across.
Got it. But eventually, you're kind of moving this all into the newer version.
I mean, the vision is to kind of enable people to do everything in like one click, and then like in the difference between this one and the other one is that you can't publish to Amazon, you can't do it at scale. So we're now really about integrating and speed and scale and the rest of it.
Very cool. That's awesome. All right. Any other new features or anything else that you want to tell us or show us?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Let's
it's definitely impressive. I was gonna say it seems the older tool seems to be taking a little bit longer to generate. I actually think this is a great comparison to have for the advancements that y'all have made, because the other tool was just like, I mean, a couple of seconds and you had a new infographic, a new image, a new language. So super impressive. Can you talk to us a little bit about your pricing model before we kind of give where folks can reach out?
Sure. I can try and redo this, but whatever. In terms of pricing model, we price at $165 a month. So we now have kind of 3 tiers. We have like what we call Seller Basic, Seller Pro, and Aggregator and Agency. So it starts at $165 a month. That comes with 1 seat, 1 seller account, and I can't remember the 100 SKUs. Then we have the Seller Pro, which is up to 2,000 SKUs for $465 a month, which includes not just 2,000 SKUs, but 3 seller accounts and 3 seats. And then we have the kind of all-you-can-eat pricing for the aggregators and the agency side. So yeah, they're kind of multiple seats, multiple accounts, prompt engineering support, all the rest of it. So that's kind of where we're at the moment.
Amazing.
And is that agency prices based on just depending on what they need, basically?
I wouldn't be surprised, is an exclusive. I wouldn't be surprised in the future if us and many other AI tools start billing for like Econtent's value is X, and then they're also going to invoice you for the tokens to OpenAI and AWS, because this stuff is it's significantly more it's not expensive, but it's significantly more expensive than traditional like software, right? Like Gen AI GPUs are just really expensive, which is why NVIDIA is worth trillions or whatever it's worth now. So we're not quite there yet in terms of structurally and all of that, but I would imagine not just us, but I'd imagine the industry going forward, you're going to have SaaS tools where you're like, here's your like fee for the company who like built all the integrations and the software and fine-tune the models and the application, and that's that fee, and then you also pay an invoice fee. So, but we're not there yet at the moment. At the moment, we allow people to generate as much as they want, we cover all the OpenAI tokens and the rest of it at our at our expense. So that's how it works at the moment.
Wow.
But I mean, from the seller's perspective, that is a marginal, I mean, it's such a small price to the investment that it's really making in their business, right? $165 a month, or even the $465. Everybody knows that your images can make or break the success of your product. So it's such an amazing tool. Max, why don't you let everybody know where they can learn more about y'all, and if they have any questions, where they can reach out.
So I'm active on LinkedIn, as you mentioned, and Twitter, Max Sinclair. I think my email is max at ecomtent.ai. Please email me. And yeah, that's probably the two best places to find me.
Awesome. Again, you guys, that is ecomtent.ai, max at ecomtent.ai. You've got it there on the screen. And if you guys have any questions for Max, you can email him directly or go ahead and post it in the comments of this video, and we'll be sure to send it over and get him to respond. But Max, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Awesome, awesome tool. Super excited to see what else comes for you guys in the future. We'll have you back on again in, 6 or 9 months, whenever you're ready. Just let us know.
Version 3.
For version 3, exactly.
That's
I
awesome.
look forward to it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you both.
Thanks, Max.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody who tuned in today. If you liked what you heard, please be sure to give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts with us in the comments, subscribe to the show, and we will see you all on the next one.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Sellernomics podcast. Special thanks to our sponsor, Getida. Did you know that Amazon probably owes you money for FBA reimbursements? Get $400 in free FBA reimbursements at Getida.com/Sellernomics. Be sure to join us again next week for more great tips on how to grow your business. And thanks again for listening.